Hi, I'm Greg.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Steve.
Welcome to Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Alright, everyone, welcome to another week here on the Den. It is LGBTQAI2 week.
You got it.
Did I get it first try?
10 out of 10.
Nice.
Yes.
Alright, so this week we're going to go a little off of what we normally do.
Well, still sticking within LGBT week.
Yes, but we had a coworker message at the end of last week looking for advice for a family member. So we're going to delve out our advice for the question. So the question generated around a family member that is a teenager, or preteen in this case, in school that unfortunately was outed. And basically looking for some advice for not only for the child in question, but also for family members surrounding said child. So let's talk about this. So first and foremost, we've talked about the outing situation in the past, and we've made our opinions abundantly clear on that you should never out somebody.
But also, when you're 12 years old, it's not something. It's like it's not as easy to not just out somebody. Mm-hmm. You're a bit more reactionary when you're 12.
True. But it still doesn't make it right.
Right.
Regardless of the age, if somebody trusts you with that information, it's not your right to go out and blab that information. They trusted you enough to tell you, or sometimes I guess you found out. But don't give out that information until that person is ready. So that's point number one in all this. So what do we think? What can family members do to help support newly out sons or daughters?
Be there.
Yeah.
100% be there. This is step one of the toughest moments of their lives, is accepting them true selves and having another person who they trust and see as a pillar in their lives fall before them is absolutely terrifying. So just be there and be the strength that they need, because they're at their weakest strength. They're probably at such a weak spot right now. Be their strength.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, I mean, for me personally, I didn't come out until much later in life. It was 22. So I avoided the whole childhood, high school drama, melodrama that I'm sure would have happened. I mean, I feel like part of the problem was there were no out gay kids in my high school at all. I grew up in the country, well, not really country, but pretty country. And so there wasn't any kind of communities or groups for kids who were gay to even acknowledge that people were gay at all. So I mean, I guess one thing that would be valuable for those kids is if they had their own groups, like gay straight alliances at schools are a popular thing these days. And if there isn't one and your son or daughter comes out to you, I feel like it would be smart to talk to the school and see, maybe this could be made a thing, and not just for your kid, but for anyone.
Even not just a gay straight alliance, but even an after-hours safe room or something like that within the school would be an awesome idea.
Yeah, some kids are. We're living in a different age now, right? When you and I were kids, things were different. But now,
there was when I was in high school, there was one guy. He wasn't even out gay, but there was it was kind of like grass is green, sky is blue kind of thing, and people made his life hell.
That sucks.
Yeah, and it was just like. I can't imagine.
Speaking from our standpoints, none of us came out in school, but we were all bullied for different reasons. All three of us have our own bullying stories, and that has, regardless of the reason, it has a long-term effect on the person. No matter if you want to admit it or not, that's going to have some effects when you get out of school. So as a parent, whether it be a bullied child or anything, or if they're coming out gay, trans, whatever it happens to be, just be there for that's all you can really do as a parent is be there for your child. You can, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to take the pain away. There's very little you can do to stop it. Sadly, our school system fails a lot of bullied kids, and I hate to say it, there's really not a lot as the victim's parents that you can really do. That has to fall on the bully's parents to step in and do something. So whether it have to do directly to do with being outed or any bullying, as a parent, just be there for your child. And if you're even watching this video right now, you're obviously looking into ways to help, which in itself says a lot about you as a parent, that you're even fathoming watching this kind of video for that information.
But even as parents, there's other people you can go to. Chances are you have coworkers who have LGBT kids. Chances are you have friends who you have LGBT friends. Reach out to them, because they are a wealth of knowledge for you, and they can just share their experiences with you.
Okay. Now, as for the victim in question, I actually, I shouldn't say victim, because you're not a victim. You just you're who you are, and that's what.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
No.
Celebrate you, honey.
You will, of course. It doesn't come without its trials. You will have people out there that will tell you that that you shouldn't be who you are, but that's completely wrong. As someone who tried to deny it for many, many years, ultimately, you can't deny who you are. It just comes to a point, whether that's 12 years old, whether that's 29 years old, like in my case, there just comes a point when you can't deny it anymore. So don't let anyone else tell you who you can or cannot be. What advice can you give?
As for friends come and go.
Yeah.
Friends come and go. Even though now this sucks, like these are people you have your entire life. You're going to meet so many amazing new people on your amazing new journey that these people will still be around. They're still going to be a part of your life, whether they just choose to come back or not. But this is the first step on a huge journey, and trust me, they all say it gets better, but yes, it does get a lot better than what you're going through right now.
Grit your teeth and get through high school, then get ready for college, because that's awesome. You meet all sorts of awesome people just like you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the high school experience, so you just gotta get through it, and then things get a lot easier after that.
Like, yes, college, my best friend came out in college, and it turns out everyone I knew in college ended up being gay. Then I just discovered it myself, and it's like this kind of like subconscious thing that I hid so much. But it took those experiences of hearing everyone else's stories and experiences to really love myself and be able to tell myself that that was me as well.
So, do you think that you guys being bullied in school had a factor in why you didn't come out till later in life?
Yes.
I know that's what I always say to people.
I didn't want another target on my back.
Right.
There you go. I mean, mine, I think a lot of it's the environment I was raised in, honestly. It was like it was such a small town, there weren't even any gay kids to pick on, It just wasn't a thing, which is sort of eliminated it from being a possibility from my mind in a way.
I remember I got cornered one time by these two guys because I was talking like this a bit, as I normally do. They wanted to beat the shit out of me for assuming that I was gay, because I was just kind of like, But,
oh dear.
Damn it.
well, maybe I was the one that was sky is blue is green. It's green. I don't know, but it was still that was still a very scary experience.
Did they hit you? How'd you get away?
I ended up running for it, because that was class. I heard the bell from class start, and then I just bolted right back to the high school. They waited outside my classroom, but I kind of waited there till the teacher was leaving.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think we covered the question. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Life is hard, and this is the first of many hard steps that you're going to go through your entire life. But this might be the hardest. It's just that first step of getting out there. Like I said, friends come and go. You're starting a new journey with all kinds of new people, new exciting people, exciting adventures. Get ready for the ride.
I want to add that the Conservative Party of Alberta wants to force all schools to disclose to children's parents if they join a gay straight alliance.
What?
So the government wants to out all kids who are gay to their parents. So I think that is incredibly harmful and bad. And if you're in Alberta, you should not vote Conservative.
That is a great point. I actually hadn't heard of that. Wow. From my point of view, whether you're 12 or you're 80 and you're coming out, congratulations. This really is a new start. It doesn't come without its trials, unfortunately, but eventually the rewards will pay dividends in the end.
And one more thing to the parents and to the friends of the family: be the pillar. Be their strength. And yes, I gotta stop there because you know what? Sometimes I just have brain farts.
All right.
But be their pillar of strength and just stay with them. They need you, and they're gonna need you for a long time.
Perfect. All right. Well, everyone. Well, that's it for this week. Tune in the rest of the week to see what other stuff the guys cover this week. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And have yourselves a great week.